Hi everyone, it's Catherine here. Welcome to Music Theory 101, where we can learn the basic knowledge of music theory. In this short video session, I'm going to talk about what half steps and whole steps are, and how to use them to identify one of the most common scale types in classical music, the major scale. So what exactly are half steps and whole steps anyway? The easiest way to explain is to use the piano keys as a reference. Every key on the piano is made such that each key is exactly one half step apart. The white keys on the keyboard are all naturals. Any key that is taken a half step down is a flat, and any key that is taken a half step up is a sharp. Take the note D for example. Here's D. If you play the closest key to the left, you will get a D flat. Let us go back to D again. If you go to the closest key to the right, you will get a D sharp. Two half steps equals a whole step. For example, C to C sharp is a half step, and a C sharp to D is another half step. Therefore, C to D is a whole step. Also, remember that I said a half step to the right of a note is a sharp. It can also be a flat too. For example, this note can also be called a C sharp or a D flat, depending if you're counting from the note C to the right or from the note D to the left. The note here is called an enharmonic pitch. All notes have more than one name, but in most cases, the key signature will decide whether to name the pitch one way or the other. For example, if we are in A major, we will write it as G sharp. But if we are in E flat major, we will write it as A flat. In terms of intervals, a half step is called a minor second, and a whole step is called a major second. When we are looking at half steps, the pattern usually alternates between white keys and black keys. But there are two exceptions where a black key is not present between two white keys, which are between E to F and B to C. If you play every half step on a piano that starts and ends with the same letter, you'll end up with a chromatic scale. The major scale is made of half steps and whole steps. To keep things simple at first, we would take the C major as our first example, so we don't have to worry about the accidentals for now. Here's C major scale. Let's label the scale degrees so it's easier to refer to them later. Here is a map for all the half steps and whole steps in the scale. We can examine it on the piano. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Where are the half steps? They are between the third and the fourth scale degree, and the seventh and eighth scale degree. Right? So what if it is a different major scale? What if I pick F major? Is that still the same if there are accidentals involved? I'll give you 10 seconds to think about the answer before we do another experiment on the F major scale. Here's an F major scale. Let's pop the scale degrees in again. Are you ready to see the map of the half and whole steps on the scale? Here it is. Look at the pattern. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. It is just like the C major scale. The half steps are also between scale degrees 3, 4, and 7, 8. But hey, we've done the scale without any accidentals at all, and a scale with one flat. But what if it is a scale with sharps? Lots of sharps, like E major scale. Will the pattern still be the same? What do you think? I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. This is the E major scale. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Here it is again. It is also between 3 and 4, and 7 and 8. Guess what? You've just discovered the secret to identifying all the major scales. Congratulations! Now you can call yourself experts on identifying major scales and begin your personal musical adventure. If you have taken an interest in music theory after you've watched my video, that's great. I'll be here for help, so please feel free to leave your comments, questions, or even suggestions below on any topics about music theory that you want me to make a video on in the future. Thanks for watching!